Scenario 10. Entertainment and Hobbies. Real Scene 3. End of the World Theories. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes, an aeroplane. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. REM. My goal. After I complete Scenario 10, I'll be able to use gerunds with affirmative and negative statements and to show agreement or disagreement appropriately. I'll also understand how to use because clauses and, through the reading material, I'll learn about some theories about the end of the world.
Introductory questions. Number 1. Do you believe our world is near its end? Number 2. What end-of-the-world theories do you know? Number 3. How do you believe the world will end? Introduction. Apocalyptic fiction is a subgenre of science fiction that is concerned with the end of human civilization. This apocalypse is typically portrayed as being due to a potentially existential catastrophe such as nuclear warfare, pandemic, extraterrestrial attack, high-impact event, cybernetic revolt, technological singularity, dysgenics, supernatural phenomena, divine judgment, runaway climate change, resource depletion, ecological collapse, or some other general disasters. Post-apocalyptic fiction is set in a world or civilization after such a disaster. The time frame may be immediately after the catastrophe, focusing on the travails or psychology of survivors, or considerably later, often including the theme that the existence of pre-catastrophe civilization has been forgotten or mythologized. Post-apocalyptic stories often take place in a non-technological future world, or a world where only scattered elements of technology remain. The genre gained popularity after World War II, when the possibility of global annihilation by nuclear weapons entered the public consciousness. However, recognizable apocalyptic novels had existed since the first quarter of the 19th century, when Mary Shelley's The Last Man was published.
Grammar Structure 1. Gerunds and short responses. A gerund is a noun made from a verb by adding ing. The gerund form of a verb read is reading. You can use a gerund as the subject, the complement, or the object of a sentence.
Affirmative statements with gerunds. I like learning about Feng Shui. Agree. So do I. Disagree. I don't. I'm very good at writing. So am I. Really? I'm terrible. I love working in pairs. So do I. Well, I hate it. Negative statements with gerunds. I don't like sailing. Neither do I. I do. I hate exercising in the morning. So do I. I love it. I'm not good at learning new languages. Neither am I. Really? I am.
Writing. Exercise. Connect the phrases in column A with those in column B to make sentences about yourself. A. 1. I don't like. 2. I'm not very good at. 3. I'm good at. 4. I hate. 5. I can't stand. 6. I don't mind. 7. I enjoy. Column B. A. Talking on the phone. B. Working with a woman. C. Solving problems. D. Doing laundry. E. Working late at night. F. Getting up early. G. Dancing on weekends.
Solar storms. The Sun follows an 11-year cycle that is currently building towards its solar max, during which time the Sun is more active. When solar storms occur, the Sun can emit tides of electromagnetic radiation and coronal mass ejections, large bubbles of gas threaded with magnetic field lines. CMEs are essentially balls of plasma, and when they reach Earth, they release energy visible as colorful auroras. They unleash static discharges that can disrupt or knock out power grids. Solar flares, eruptions of supercharged protons, can reach Earth in minutes and also have catastrophic consequences. Pandemic. One of the most dangerous threats to the human population is a simple virus. Within the last century, we've had 4 major flu epidemics, as well as HIV and SARS, and scientists say it's inevitable that another will occur. The 1918 influenza outbreak killed more people than World War I, and if a deadly contagion surfaced today, it could spread even faster and infect even more people. Considering how quickly diseases spread through all forms of modern transportation and the amount of international travel that takes place today, an outbreak similar to that of 1918 could have a more devastating impact, says Maria Zambon, head of the Health Protection Agency's Influenza Laboratory.
According to the Big Rip theory, our bodies, the planet, and the entire universe will quite literally be torn apart. The theory's chief proponent, Robert Caldwell of Dartmouth College, explains that the universe is expanding, driven by dark energy, and galaxies are moving farther and farther away from us. The rate of the universe's expansion is also constantly accelerating, like a vehicle that increases its speed by 10 miles per hour for every mile it travels. And at some point, the acceleration becomes so fast that all objects are ripped apart. Global warming. According to climate scientists, once a critical greenhouse gas concentration threshold is passed, global warming will continue even if we stop releasing gases into the atmosphere. If this occurs, the Earth's climate will become more volatile, resulting in catastrophic weather patterns. Plus, as temperatures rise, food will become scarce, air quality will worsen, and diseases will spread.
Gamma ray burst. When a supernova explodes, it unleashes a massive gamma ray, or high-frequency electromagnetic radiation. Most of these huge bursts of energy take place too far away to harm Earth. But if one occurred within 30 light-years from the Sun, it would be disastrous. The gamma ray would blow apart a portion of the planet's atmosphere, produce worldwide fires, and kill most of Earth's species in just a matter of months.
Grammar structure 2. Using because clauses correctly. Because often introduces new information which is not known to the listener or reader. It puts more emphasis on the reason. When the reason is the most important part of the sentence, the because clause usually comes at the end. For example, he bought a new home because he won the lottery. I could never be a surgeon because I hate blood. A because clause can stand alone. For example, why are you crying? Because John hit me. Writing. Exercise 2. Match the clauses in column A with the appropriate clauses in column B. A. 1. I wouldn't want to be a magician. B. A. Because I don't like hospitals. 2. I'd like to be an artist. B. Because I really like traveling. 3. I could never be a nurse. C. Because I'm very forgetful. 4. I would be a bad waiter. D. Because I'm terrible at doing tricks. 5. I could be a flight attendant. E. Because
Nuclear
I'm
war.
very creative.
The Cold War is over, but the threat of nuclear war still exists today, with a number of countries possessing the capability of deploying such destructive devices. In addition to threats from the explosion and radiation, there are also indirect effects, such as contaminated food and water supplies, poor air quality, destruction of power grids affecting communication and transportation, and nuclear winter. It's been theorized that detonating nuclear weapons will cause large amounts of smoke, soot, and debris to enter Earth's stratosphere, reducing sunlight for months or even years. Such a nuclear winter would result in severe cold temperatures and interference in food production.
Asteroid. In 2028, the asteroid 1997 XF11 will come close to hitting Earth, but scientists say that won't actually happen. However, if it were to hit the planet, the mile-wide rock would race toward the surface at roughly 30,000 miles per hour and probably wipe out most life on the planet. The species that did survive would be in for a rough life after such a catastrophic event. Dust from the impact and ash from the forest fires would remain in the Earth's atmosphere for years, blocking sunlight and destroying plant life, which would cause food shortages worldwide. Research Spot. Look for more information about Number 1. Other end-of-the-world theories.